Well, hello there, all you wonderful, awesome kids. Here is our guest speaker of the day. Ready for this one. Good, right? So, my daughter Amber made this up. She's like, hey Mom, can you believe we don't have to go back to school? Oh, he's so excited he can't even stand up. Okay, there we go. There's the believe we don't have to go back to school guy. All right, so here we are, lesson number 5. Let's see, it's a little close. Okay, so this one is a new standard. It talks about how we're going to shift a graph up or down. So that's what this talks about, is shifting a graph. This whole unit is called Connecting Geometry and Algebra. So that's why we have a graph, and then we're going to use algebra to shift it. So before we do that, let's review a little bit about graphing a line. So y equals mx plus b that you learned in 8th grade. This is your slope. This is your y-intercept. But sometimes they leave stuff out. For example, what if I have y equals 2x and then I don't have anything there? I just leave that blank. Well, we know the slope is up 2 over 1. But what's the y-intercept? Well, the y-intercept is just 0. They don't write plus 0 there because the 0 doesn't change the equation. They're just expecting you to know that 0 is the y-intercept, even though it's not written there. So here would be another case. What if they have y equals x plus 4? What's the slope? Well, even though there's not a number written in front of here, they're expecting you to know it's up 1 over 1. And they don't write that because that 1 doesn't change the value of the equation. So slope up 1 over 1, and the y-intercept is your 4. What if they just have y equals x? Well, again, they're expecting you to know the slope is up 1 over 1. They haven't written it, and they're expecting you to know the intercept is 0. They don't write things that don't change the equation mathematically. Here's another one. Y equals negative x. Well, they're expecting you to know your slope is down 1 over 1, and your y-intercept is 0. So all of these are exactly the same. It's just that they're leaving out stuff that's not necessary mathematically for the equation. But you need it mathematically to graph it. So you're just going to have to know that. All right, so that's what you did last time, was practice graphing. Now here we go. Essential question for number 5. How can I create a new function? How can I create a new function from an existing one? All right, how can I create a new function from an existing one? And here's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a vertical shift. This is the answer to your question. Vertical shift. That means we're going to take a function and we're either going to move it up or down. And they have a variable that represents that, and that's a K. I don't know why it's a K, it's just a K. So this tells you how much to move it up or down. Tells you how much to move up or down. Now obviously it's a positive number, you're going to go up. If it's a negative number, you're going to go down. All right, next page. Got these graphs right here. This one says, use the graph below to draw a new graph that is translated up 3 units. So it tells you in words to go up 3 units. This means that your K number is equal to 3 because we're going to go up 3. So basically, on a graph like this, you're just going to take every point and move it up 3. Moving that one up 3, that one up 3, connect. 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 Okay, the graph looks exactly the same as it did before. It's just shifted up 3 units because that's what it told us to do. All right, this one says we're going to translate, which means shift. We're going to translate it down 3 units. So that says a 1. Oh my goodness. Translate down 1 unit. Okay, so our K number on here is down 1. This one's not connected, but it doesn't matter. Every point then would go down 1 unit. Boy, these aren't lined up very good. Something like that. Okay, that's what that means. This one right here, translated down 4 units. So our K number on here is down 4. I'm going to take this main one in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take the ends. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this end, 3, 4. And then connect it. So these are called rigid transformations because they look exactly the same as they did before. They're just shifted. It's not changing it or stretching it or doing anything to it. It's just shifting it up or down. Okay, this one says translate down 3 units. So our K number on here is down 3. So then again, you're just going to take every point and go down 3. 1, 2, 3, and then connect. 1, 2, 3, connect. 1, 2, 3, connect. 3, connect. Okay, there you go. Shifted down 3 units. These are all called rigid transformations. Because they stayed the same looking graph, they just moved down or up. All right, so this is what your homework's going to look like. You're going to be given a function, f of x, right here. Let's go ahead and graph this one. So this says our y-intercept is at -4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And our slope is up 2 over 3. So up 2 over 3. Up 2 over 3. Okay, let's see if I can draw a straightish line here. Okay, I'm going to label this f of x because that's what it would look like. So you're given this, and then you're given the transformation. So this says our new function is going to be called g of x. You're going to take the old function, one we just did, and you're going to do it up 5. So the K number on here equals 5. So I'm just going to take my points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, move them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And this one's called g of x because it's the f of x that we had, and then we just moved it up 5. Now, on Schoology, which is where you're going to be doing your assignment, hold on, sorry. On Schoology, where you're going to do your assignment, what you need to do is put in the equation for the new g of x. So this one is up to over 3, 2/3 x, which I would expect it to be the same slope as the f of x because they're parallel to each other. All we did is slide it up. They're still parallel. So their slope didn't change. The only thing that changed was the y-intercept. It used to go through -4, and now it goes through a +1. So this is what you'd put in Schoology. You'd put 2/3 x plus 1, because we just took this one and slid it up 5. Now, if you want to think about it this way, we know that the slope has to stay the same because we just slid it up. Slope's going to stay the same. If you take this y-intercept and add it to that y-intercept, or that shift, then you get the new y-intercept. Okay, let's try that again over here. Okay, so you're given the f of x. This one says, oh, dang it. I messed up. It's exactly the same. Shoot. Okay, fixing. Okay, let's say 1/2 x plus 2. Let's pretend like that's what that says. And let's say instead of this saying +5, it says -5. All right, obviously I need to fix that. Here we go. So first of all, we're going to figure out what our f of x graph looks like. Well, it starts at a 2. And the slope is up 1/2. So up 1/2, up 1/2, up 1/2. All right. So that's what the line f of x looks like. Sorry, I have to sneeze. Maybe I don't. It's allergy season. Okay, apologize about that. All right, so now it's telling you right here, it says your new line g of x is going to be the f of x that we already drew, but we're going to go down 5. So I'm going to take this point and I'm going to go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put a point. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's our new one. We're calling it g of x. Remember, it's going to have the exact same slope. They're going to be parallel to each other because we didn't change the slope. We just slid it down. So our g of x is going to look like this. It's up 1/2, same slope, 1/2 x. And this one, the y-intercept is 1, 2, 3. It's -3. And I could have figured that out because we started at a 2 and we went down 5. So if you're a 2 and you're down 5, you end up at -3. All right, so you have 4 of these to do on Schoology. If you go to Schoology Wash K-12, you'll find it. It's called Vertical Transformation of a Function. You're just going to be entering this part. Like on this one, you would have entered 1/2 x minus 3 would be your answer. Okay. Midterm is Friday, but this one isn't due until April 21st. So, okay, hope you're all doing well and that you can't believe we're not coming back to school. All right, bye.